Okay. Oh my god. Okay, now that we've all took a second to appreciate that I'm a catfish, I kind of thought I'd do a video. I was going to put the weekly vlog up first that I've done, and then I thought maybe not, like maybe that's a bit too in the deep end. So what we're going to do today instead is a get ready with me.
Life was dull until you came. I was breathless when...
Now, it's not going to be a massive like fancy get ready with me because I'm not going anywhere like out or anything. I'm just going to my boyfriend's, but I've had a shower and everything. I want to do something to my hair because it's just all over the place, as you can tell. And I'm going to do a bit of makeup because I look dreadful. And that's what I'm going to do. So I think I'm going to do hair first. Let's do hair first. I'm going to change it up. I'm going to go with straighteners. I don't recommend this to anybody, but I always use a bit of, is it Batiste? I think it's Batiste. I use a bit of this to put in my hair, even like when my hair's like freshly washed and everything. I use a bit of this just to kind of give it a bit more volume, you know, like pump. Now, you're not meant, this is actually flammable. I wouldn't recommend putting this on your hair before you use any type of tool, hair tool at all, any type of hair tool that includes heat, because it is extremely flammable. The only reason I do it is because I don't use a lot, and that's not me telling you to use it, but this is me doing it at my own risk, knowing what could happen. So yeah, just don't do this at home. So I just use a bit. So I usually kind of part my hair in like the main places where it can fall. So there's one parting across there, and it says about, I think it says like 60 centimetres away. Oh no, 30 centimetres away. I was gonna say 6 centimetres, no, 30 centimetres.
When we first met, couldn't keep my hands away. I was speechless when we first met, yeah.
Okay, wow, Hagrid.
When we first met, couldn't keep my hands away. I was speechless when we first met, yeah. You took the...
So I have the Babyliss ones, and I don't know which ones they are exactly because it doesn't say, and I don't remember because I've had them so long, but they are so good. Like, I know everybody has GHDs and all that type of stuff, but frankly they're expensive, and I don't, like, I use them a lot, but I don't use them enough to kind of have to spend that much on them because I don't do that many different like hairstyles. So anyway, once you've done dry shampoo, it does tell you to brush it through, but I like to kind of scrunch it and then leave it a bit for a bit so it kind of like settles. You see what I mean? And now all that grey's gone. Okay, so oh gosh. So now what I do is I just partition. Oh my gosh. And just plonk it up. I usually use clips, but I was doing it yesterday and the last one of my clips broke. Tragic, I know. And then for me, I just half it into 2 sections and pull it forward. And then once they're hot enough, don't do that, but once they're hot enough, I just grab a bit and go in, and as I get to about here, I start to bend in.
My scars mend my broken heart. Life was dull until you came. Now I see in color again. It could rain, I don't mind if it pours, 'cause I'm right next to you.
Like that. And then it all flicks under. You know what's so funny is when I used to get when I was little, I used to get a bob. I used to always have a bob, and then I stopped. But I never got a bob like by choice when I was younger. I just had a bob. Like, my hair just didn't grow long, it just always stayed short in a bob. And I had such curly hair that I kind of had like a little afro, which, oh my god, at the time used to be so annoying, and mum always used to tell me off because I always used to be complaining about it. But now I look back and I think, oh my god, I loved my hair when I was little. Like, oh, yes. So anyways, and then I started getting older and I started wanting to have, like, grow my hair out. And my hair, it isn't anymore because obviously I've dyed it so many times, which I regret. But when I got older, my hair started to grow longer and longer, and it used to get so hard to maintain because it literally turned into like a lion's mane. It was so thick, so frizzy. It was just a no. And it took so long to dry. Like, one of my worst things that I hate is having to dry my hair because it takes so long. And then I decided to get it in a bob. The first bob I ever got, I hated. I made the mistake of having a box fringe with it, and box fringes suit me, but they don't suit me when I have a bob. So I got a bob with it, and that was a really big mistake. And then after that, I hated it that much that I just grew it out, and then I had a bob again until I don't know when, until the start of secondary school. I've got a bob again and immediately regretted it because it just didn't suit like me, the shape of my face. So I didn't have it again, let my hair grow out. And then about 3 summers ago, it was either 2017 or 2018, I made the decision to just go and get a bob. But the difference was this time is that I got a graduated angled bob. I think that's what it was called. It was graduated something, but it was basically where it went short at the back and then long at the front, and it was one of the best decisions I have ever made in my life to do with my hair. Like, genuinely, an angled bob, if you are unsure about getting a bob, an angled bob is the way to go because it complements your face and it makes you look like you've still got longer hair but that you haven't, if you know what I mean. And it is literally the perfect bob to get if you've never had a bob before, I think, anyway. That's my opinion. And then I grew that out, and I had my hair long until literally about 3-4 days ago. And my nan used to be a hairdresser, so she knows how to cut hair and stuff. And I literally went to my nan, just cut it all off. Cut it all off. Like, it needs to grow, it needs to get healthy again, cut it all off. And I'm so glad I did. Obviously I miss having long hair because I can't do as much with my hair now, but I know it's for the best, and I know it's really gonna help my hair. So yeah. Anyways, enough talking. So as you can see now, like, it's starting to all bob and go bouncy and curl under. So now I'm at the top, I just go straight down the middle and do it all again. I've made the decision to get a bob again, and it really is just part of getting my hair healthier. It wasn't because I wanted a bob. I was actually trying to grow my hair out, but it was that broken and that dead because of like me dyeing it constantly and stuff like that. It was that broken and that dead that I just knew that I had to kind of sort it because it was getting really bad. So, like, to the point where I was in the shower and loads of it was falling out because it was just so dead. So I knew that I had to sort it. And then because my hair is so naturally curly, I just go in and get all my hairs. A few of my strands of hair, my thin ones where it's all curly. You can see how that's a wave there. Like, I'm not about that life. I don't like it when I'm trying to straighten my hair. And then just brush it all into place. Keep the bounce. And then, yeah, so like you can see when I go like that, the bounce. So yeah, that's that. Hair's done. I have two strands here that are really annoying, which I kind of just hope for the best with. But yeah, so that's that. Now time for makeup. So I have quite sensitive skin, and my skin since I was younger has got so used to using one product that I don't try and swap, because every time I've tried to swap my skin just breaks out, or if I miss a day of not using them my skin will break out. There's loads of different factors, so I stick to Simple. I have a whole basket of Simple things here and I use every single one of the products, but for now, before I do makeup, I'll literally just use a wipe. My skin is so funny, like it can go from being so oily to so dry, or both at the same time, which is a pain. And then once I have wiped my face with a wipe, I just use this moisturiser, and I always get light moisturiser from Simple, only because I find the other one too rich for my skin, which also brings out spots. I also love the hydrating range from Simple, and the water boost range, and I see such massive difference, such a massive difference every time I use that range on my skin. I find that as soon as I apply moisturiser to my skin, it gets sucked up, it gets absorbed so quickly, so I try and put like quite a bit on. I have such funny skin. If I put too much on, my skin will come up. If I don't put enough on, my skin will come up. So I've had to kind of learn how much is enough and how much is too much and how much is too little. You should kind of find a product and stick to it, knowing how much you need and knowing what your skin's used to comes really natural. My friend does makeup and she once told me that there's something in moisturisers that mean that they end up being really good primers for makeup, and I'm not sure which one it was, what ingredient I can't talk. I think it's glycerin. I'll double check with her, but I'm pretty sure it's glycerin, and if that's in any type of moisturiser, so if you can use that and it is in one of your moisturisers, that moisturiser would be really good for priming your skin before makeup. But put it here across the screen and I'll let you guys know why it's good and why it's really good to use as a primer, because they are really good primers and it's like quite sticky, which is really good. Now I've got my makeup. This is just my essentials everyday makeup. So the first thing I'm going to be using is the e.l.f. brow pencil in neutral brown.
Life was dull until you came. I was breathless when we first met. Couldn't keep my hand.
Okay, so it looks pretty dramatic right now. I look funny. But once the other one's done and outlined and I have a face and makeup on, they'll look perfectly fine. But obviously you could see just how quickly I've just done that one brow with this pencil, and that's how easy it is. It's so smooth and easy to put on. Okay, so I've just outlined. what? So I've just done my brows and this is what they're looking like. They're looking a bit rough at the moment because that's what you do. This is what they look like. What I've got to do now is outline them and carve them, and this is something that I always do. I don't know what I was doing before I was outlining my brows, I really don't. So what I usually do is I just do a blob there and a blob there for starters. I know I look funny, and then I just dip into it and I just take it like this. I start to take it down onto my eyelid as well. And I just make sure that's fully carved. And then what I usually do is whatever's left on my brush, I will just quickly take over the top. And then kind of flick the feathers at the front of the brow to make it look a bit more natural. And you see how it's gone from this to this, yeah. So that's why I love carving my brows.
'Cause I'm right next to you. Come rain or come shine, I don't mind. 'Cause I'm right next to you. It's you, right next to you, next to you.
Now I'm back. I've carved both of my brows. I'm looking a bit funny. I know, you don't need to tell me. So now I'm going to use this sponge. Look how cute it is. So as you can tell, I use it a lot. So I don't know where else you can get these from, but the place I got it from is called the Makeup Boutique, and there's only a couple of them because they're quite new. But I went in there one day, and on the off chance I was just looking around and I saw this and I thought, there is no way that this will work. Like, there is no way. I just can't see this working. I can't see how this is going to blend anything. But let me tell you something right now. This is the best, by far the best sponge I have ever used for my foundation. And look how easy it blends. I kid you not. Look, look. Look how mad this is. Madness. You just go like this. Go like this. Boom. Blended so nice as well. Like, now I'm gonna do my foundation. I don't have any concealer at this point in time. I know I used it to the very last tiny drop in the bottle, and then I couldn't order my shade because they didn't have it in stock, so then I had to wait till they got back in stock, because it's literally the only concealer I have ever found that works on my skin, and it's the Revolution. It's the same as this, it's Conceal and Define, so it's the Revolution one, and they didn't have it in stock, which made me really sad, so I couldn't get it, so I've had to wait. It's the only concealer that works with my skin and covers the things that I need it to cover. So I'm loving that. Oh wow, got a bit of brow stuff on my cheek, that's great. At the moment I've just been using my foundation as concealer and just building it up, which I don't think there's anything wrong with personally, but there's going to be people that are going to be like, oh my god, what is she doing? So now what I'm going to do is I just dip in once. I do not do a triangle, I just do under eye because I have freckles, if you can't see. You can't really see them on here, but I do have, oh there we go, quite a few freckles, so I just do it under my eyes because they go across my nose and my cheek, and I kind of just do a dot on the end of my nose. I do my chin, dip in for a bit more, and here. I know, I look flattering. Go back in with my sponge.
Life was dull until you came. Life was dull until you came. I was breathless when we first met.
I said this isn't going to be a full coverage, all out makeup look. This is literally bare essentials to a makeup look. So as you can tell, this foundation's reasonably high coverage if you build it up tight a bit. I'm not trying to build it up, but it's still reasonably high coverage, full coverage. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that around here. So there you go. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's that. And then because I'm not doing a full face, I'm not gonna put any foundation. I have got something in my eye. Go away. Okay, I'm fine. I'm not doing a full face. Thinking eyebrows, concealer. Now I'm gonna go with bronzer. I just take like a normal brush. I'm gonna be using the Revolution Mega Bronzer in 02 Warm. This is a type of bronzer that once you put it on, it feels like you can't blend it out, but if you just keep going, it will. I know a lot of people don't want to keep sitting there, just keep blending. But if this is affordable for you, then why not? Like, it's only going to take like a couple more seconds out your day to get the same look you would as a more expensive bronzer. So I just do a couple of dips, and then I just go in here. I get a build up on my cheekbone first. This is where I pull really weird faces, and I try and jag it up here on my temple. As you can see, it's blending now. Oh, hair's annoying me. And up onto my head as much as I can get off the brush. So obviously, like, a little goes a long way. And then after that, because obviously I have really bright eyes here, I kind of just wipe a couple times like this, and then you see how that's like. You see this side, and you see that side. It's kind of just, you know what I mean. And then I just get a bit more, and I just run it across my face, because I don't want to be looking blotchy AF. You see what I mean? And then down onto my neck. Okay, now do you see what I mean? So there's this side, and then there's this side. I just look more healthy now. Want the two sides of your head to match. Like, oh my gosh, I've walked out the house before because I haven't been paying attention with one side completely darker to the other, and it's embarrassing.
Speechless when we first met, yeah. You took the pain away, didn't mind my scars, mend my broken heart. Life was dull until you came.
So this is what it looks once I've done bronzer. I had I think it's the neurovirus or the flu or whatever it was that's been going around, and I caught that. I got it, and I'd got like it'd gone. It was like, and then about 2 days later, my eyes just like went swollen. I don't know what it was. They're still sore. So I literally haven't put anything on my eyes for ages. So all I do is just, this is gonna look really weird, but all I do is just put my hand there and then blink, and then just run my hands over so it kind of spreads my lashes out, and then that's what happened. Like, see, you can see that they're red. Like, people think I'm high, but I'm not. That is finished. Look. I know it's not the most out there look, I know it's not the craziest, like brightest, most amazing look, but for a calm, natural, everyday look, this is my go-to. I love it, and I just think it's better now that I've got my bobbed under hair. As soon as I got this done, I thought, oh my god, it looks nowhere near as good as, but it looks like how, you know how Molly May has hers, like her natural hair, like boom. So yeah.
Right next to you. It's true. Right next to you.
So that's my natural everyday makeup look. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good-ish. And I will see you on the next upload. Bye.
Life was dull until you came. I was breathless when we first met.